Hello Dolphiliacs, it's Ray, and I have a fun video for you guys. So this is just me working on a mandala. I love practicing with these, they're so much fun, and they really help out with my line art whenever I decide to do more drawing or I need to focus on small details for making a custom doll or something like that. It really comes in handy. Plus, it's also kind of therapeutic to draw them. So, this is just a little video dedicated to practicing my art and drawing. And if you see, I've already made 2 mistakes technically in this section, and it's really important to, even when we make mistakes, we have to find a way to cover them up or incorporate them somehow, because a mistake isn't the end. It's not really that big of a deal, you know. If it's something super dramatic and crazy, you can start over, but in this case, it would be way easier and less time consuming for me to just figure out how to incorporate the mistake or cover it up. And I think I do a pretty good job if I do say so myself. Mistakes aren't the end, they're just happy accidents. See, look, you can't even tell that there were mistakes there once. And I'm actually really happy because I love how this particular section looks. It almost looks like those little triangles are like butterfly wings. I'm definitely going to use it again in another mandala. But yeah, I figured that I would take a little bit of time to just show you some of my artwork and make a video of me finishing this mandala, but you know, how I choose to practice my art and my line work for anything else that comes up, whether it's doll customizing or calligraphy or anything else. It's really important that, you know, I can use this tool to practice for those things as well. Now, when I first started this mandala, I really just wanted to make something kind of simple and a little flowery, but I think it may have gotten a little bit more detailed than anticipated, and that's totally fine. I'm really happy with how it turned out. And again, it's just good practice. Okay, so this is one of my favorite things to do on mandalas, is this little like fish scale texture. I think it's really cute and a lot of fun, and it looks really good. It kind of gives off a really cool illusion when it's all said and done and completed. And then what I actually do on this particular mandala is I color in little half circles on one line, and then I do little dashes on the other, and I just go back and forth until I fill up the design. So you can see right here, I've skipped a line and I've done those little black half circles, and now I'm going back in and doing the dashes. I just really like the effect of like the fish scale look, and like whatever you put inside of the fish scales tends to look really cool because of the fish scales as well. I hope that makes some kind of sense. I kind of feel like with the fish scales in the middle and these little leaves that I'm making right now on the outside of the fish scale circle area kind of makes it look like a sunflower, which I did not anticipate that happening, but I like it. It's pretty cute. And now I'm just putting a few more dashes inside of the sunflower petals, I guess I can say, just to give them a little bit more detailing and dimension. Now, and here we go again, another little mistake, but it's totally fine. We can work with it. I didn't realize that when you tried to use that compass tool to make a circle, you had to hold down on a certain part in order to make the circle, so it just started moving and created a weird squiggly line instead of a circle for me, but you can't even tell that it's there now because I've colored in that circle. There's a little bit sticking out, but that won't be a problem either because we're going to do some stippling in a bit. For those of you who don't know, stippling is basically when you put little dots all over the place. It kind of creates texture and shading sometimes if you do it right. I just did it to fill space, but oh my god, is it time consuming. It takes forever, especially if you're doing a large area. So if you're gonna stipple anything, you better be in it for the long haul. Now I know you can't really see too much of the stippling here, so I'm gonna get a close-up on the other petal. There we go. But look at this. All those teeny tiny little dots, but they do make for a really good texture on the pattern. So it looks great, you just have to have a lot of patience while you're sitting there stabbing at your paper. You know, I'm starting to wonder how many dots I put on these petals. There's no way I'm going back and counting now, but that'd be kind of something cool to know. almost there. So close. Oh, okay, and done. Throwing some lines in the middle that I had forgotten earlier. And then time to finish up those outer petals of this mandala flower creation. I will say this wasn't the most complicated mandala I've ever made. It definitely wasn't the easiest either, but I will admit I did not put a lot of, you know, not care, but I don't know. I just didn't put a lot of caution into this mandala. I didn't really take a long time to make sure I had every design perfect and flawless, and I knew exactly where every line was going to go. I just sort of started doing this mandala. I had a rough idea of what I wanted to do, and I just sort of did things as I went. So that's probably why I had a couple of mistakes, but I still think it turns out great. And this is the last petal. We're almost done. After this, all I have to do is add a few more little lines on the insides of those little loop petals I'm drawing now, and it will be complete. Of course, I do go back afterwards and erase the pencil lines. I don't know if you can actually see them, but there are still some pencil lines left. And I do go back and erase them later after I'm done with all of the ink. But I hope you liked this. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see if I make some more videos like this. Bye!